I spoke before about Donald Trump and his racist agenda that has every intention of ending Black history and Black knowledge. So I am making it my challenge to educate all people in Black history. Black history is not just for Black people. Everyone should know that American history isn't just what white people have done in America. And if you really think that I would die with all of this history of the accomplishments and the contributions that black people has given to America, then all I have to share with you are the words of the rap goddess Sa Rock, who has stated, I am fully prepared to prove you wrong. And that's how I feel about this. So, for this episode, I will be talking about Black Wall Street. The Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre, also known as Black Wall Street, was a community located in Tulsa in its Greenwood district. The community was about 40 blocks around, and it was surrounded with homes and businesses like a bank, a post office, a grocery store, funeral parlor, theaters, hotels, churches, restaurants, a black library, drugstores, and even a photo shop. That's just to name a few of the businesses that was located in the Greenwood district. There were also black doctors and surgeons, as well as black lawyers as well. The Greenwood district supported black businesses, allowing them to prosper and be a self-sufficient community that did not need outside community support. It is said that at that time that every single dollar that was in the Greenwood district would make its way around at least 17 times before it had left the black community. O.W. Gurley opened up the first business around 1906, and the area continued to prosper and grow until Memorial Day, May the 30th, 1921. Booker T. Washington gave the nickname of the Negro Wall Street of America. Greenwood also created the newspaper called the Tulsa Star, which was the first daily black newspaper in Oklahoma. Black Wall Street in Tulsa brought also out the jealousy and hate from white people who hated to see the success of the large all black community. And to be honest about it, there was also the fact that the white people were very upset that the Greenwood residents were not spending their money outside of Greenwood, which affected their businesses as well. And like many other incidences in history, lynchings set up by the KKK and racist white people were always using excuses as if the black man was a sexual predator to white women, as in this case. In 1921, a black man by the name of Dick Rowland, who was a worker, entered a business that allowed black people to use the bathroom along with white people. Had to take an elevator, go upstairs to the bathroom. On the way down, something happened in the elevator A white woman elevator operator by the name of Sarah Page yelled out as the elevator was coming down, and when the elevator door opened, Dick Rowland fled. It was determined by the white people that there was some sort of sexual assault, even though the elevator was on its way down the entire time. Dick Rowland was arrested and placed into the local jail. A lot of the white residents decided that they wanted to bombard the local jail, break out Dick Rowland, bring him out, and publicly lynch him. Black community members also went to the jail to stop this attack. The black people contacted the jail workers and let them know that they would assist in protecting Dick Rowland. Weapons were drawn from both sides. It is stated that a white man approached a black man with a gun to disarm him, and that the gun went off, scattering people. It's then stated that the white crowd left, but came back with a larger white crowd with more weapons and people outside of the local community, and headed straight to the Greenwood district. Here is where the fights began, gun for gun, fight for fights at the beginning. But you have witnesses that detail and explain that dust cropping airplanes were used by the white attackers to shoot from the plane and also drop bombs onto homes and businesses. People were still inside of these homes and businesses and were killed. The black people that were remaining were either fleeing for their lives or fighting back. Eventually, 16 hours later, Greenwood was burned to the ground. Also, the National Guard was brought in by the governor, and the National Guard came in and rounded up the remaining black people and placed them into camps. Local politicians, white politicians, took this time to point the finger of blame to the Greenwood community, and they had a grand jury in which no white attackers were ever charged. And when it was all said and done, it is stated that over 300 people, black people, were killed in the massacre. There are some numbers that from the white newspaper that have smaller numbers, but we stated before, the Tulsa Black Star reports that there was 300 or more deaths. And these attacks were precise and weren't done until everything was destroyed. As you realize, the purpose of the attack had been met. So in the end, the white supremacists destroyed the entire community with robbery, arson, and mass murder. It is reported that the mob that came in consisted of the majority of police authorities and sworn in deputies to protect them. Over 10,000 black people were left homeless. Now, when it comes to history, when you were in school, you were told about World War I and who the enemy was. You were told about World War II and who the enemy was. Korean War, Vietnam War, and every other war there is in history. But in this instance, in this situation, it is supposed to be hidden and not talked about. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this is on the equation of a mass war like World War I. But if you're shooting and dropping bombs from planes, that is a war. That is an American war. And it is trying to be covered up and not talked about. And there's nothing right about that. There are still survivors who were very young at the time. Remember, this happened in 1921. I read where a lady who was 107 years old still recalls the incidences, and a man who was like 109 years old are recalling the instances. So when I decided that I wanted to talk about something as serious as Black Wall Street, I don't want a situation where we get itty bitty information. I'm already breaking it down in pieces for you right now, but at least I want to give you the scenario and what those people had to deal with. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I do want to thank you for listening as I report this, and I hope that you feel free to comment about what you have heard about this as well. I will close this out by saying yet again, Black history is American history.